Backstretchers! You are on the Backstretch, presented by Gans Race Cars and Parts. Tune in for your local racetrack results and series results from the Mid-East Racing Association's Blue Ridge Outlaws and the Steel Block Bandits on Monday nights. It's showtime! So microphone. Somebody's already in here.
Look what that says. Did you do that?
No, I did not. It's all right. Let me go here. Okay. It played through there, but it didn't play through my headset, so I was making sure. All right. Mother Nature was not friendly to everybody this weekend, trying to figure out where everybody was going to go, if it was going to rain, if it wasn't going to rain. But a lot of people got racing action in. Carolina had a Mid-East Madness on Friday night. Princeton run a doubleheader to take up for their two rainouts. For their rainout last week and this week.
Cherokee run Saturday.
Cherokee rained and had some showers and got it through. Harris had some showers and got it through.
Air raced.
Air Rat opened back up. Had their first event. Of course, Natural Bridge running. Whitful ran. I don't know. I got a pile of results laying here. I can't remember where all I got. I do know Lancaster rained out for the Blue Ridge Outlaws. That's it. Harris, Natural Bridge, Cherokee, Carolina, Air Rat Bull Ring, Princeton. I do have results for all those.
I'm trying to think of something else. I just can't. Did East Lincoln run?
They may have. We had never done East Lincolns, but they may have ran. Before we get too far along, let's sponsors real quick that make the show possible. On the Backstretch is presented to you by these great sponsors. Gans Race Cars and Parts. Go check out Philip and Cambridge Gann for all your race car parts and fabrication needs, located on K School Road in Mayodan, North Carolina. Go check out Gans Race Cars and Parts. NRS Race Scoring for all your transponder and scoring needs, the official score of the Mid-East Racing Association. Go check them out on Facebook at NRS Race Scoring. Too Fast for You embroidery. That is Tanja Gann, in-house at Gans Race Cars and Parts. Need them hats done, shirts, sweatshirts, monograms. Go check out Tanja Gann at Too Fast for You embroidery. She'll take care of all your embroidery needs. Located on K School Road in Gans Race Cars and Parts. Vinyl adds horsepower at Randy's Custom Lettering, located in Wannaco, North Carolina. Go check out Randy and Chris for all your vinyl signage and decal needs. You can check them out on Facebook at Randy's Custom Lettering or give them a call at 336-591-9301. Special thanks to Travis Covey with TC Construction. The driver of the Goliath chassis, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 05 machine, along with the teammate and sponsor of the Gans Race Cars and Parts, Airport Drive-In, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 45, the Maverick Cambridge Gann. The dynamic duo make up the Maverick Goose team that will bring back the love and feeling in 2025. So go check them out at a racetrack near you running the 602, a modified division. The T-shirt guru of Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. If your race team, ball team, business is looking for apparel, go check out Travis Lawson at Stokes Apparel. You can find him on Facebook at Stokes Apparel or online at www.stokesapparel.com. Special thanks to Jason and Brittany Walls with the Mid-East Racing Association, your home for your True Lion Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks, the Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour, your Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models, and in its debut season, the Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust Mid-East 525 late models. For all your rules and schedules, go check out racemideast.com. Need trash hauled? Call Capital Waste. Their team is ready to help you determine the right product for your needs, offering roll-off dumpster rentals and also portable toilet rentals in 2 convenient locations, one at 1668 Park Drive in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the other at 730 Oak Ridge Farms Highway in Mooresville, North Carolina. Give them a call today at 336-568-8009 or check them out at capitalwastetrash.com. And thanks to all our great sponsors for making the show possible. Like I said, we will start off with some Friday night action. Look, there is Mike Willard. He must have made it back from the beach. Doesn't see all the toes he could stand. Toes in the sand.
Told me he went to a nude beach.
I'd make a joke, but Brittany wouldn't get it.
If it ain't got a 44 in it, I don't know if she would or not.
Ooh. We told a blind man joke, and she didn't get it until the next day. Give me a second. I'm going to make sure I am getting comments, because sometimes they don't show up on this end for some reason. All right. And Mackie Cox is in here on Willard. All right. Well, like I said, we're going to start off with some Friday night action. Princeton Speedway, they ran double features to make up for the rain out the week before. They did get the 604s in last week, and the rest of the show did not. So we're going to go over last week's winners, well, at least the top 3 for each division.
Oh, boy.
Well, as she never does. 44 for life. I put it on a show so everybody can see
That's
it.
so funny.
But like I said, Princeton had their double header 604s, which got run last week. Was Henry Hornsby in the 39 machine picking up the win. And I do think I have pictures for these guys. Somebody does not have a picture for round 2 this week. But Henry Hornsby picking up the win the 39 machine. The 002 of Tyler Arlington finishing second. And rounding out your podium was Patrick Solari in the 99 machine. That's big enough we can both read that. If the machine works, is it going to be like that? Oh, I see it change on the screen. I'm having technical difficulties with my slideshows again. Well, anyway, Sport Mods for first feature of the night this week. Aaron Barley picking up the win. Jake Bonacastle. I see it changing on there. Jake Bonacastle on that 2J machine finishing second. And round out your podium was Windshield Deep Robert Poole on the 25 machine. And like I said, they're changing on their own on the other screen for some reason. That's really weird. But on the screen right now is Outlaws, and it was the 25 of Jesse Reynes finishing first. Second, going to 37L of Lane Lowe, the 87 of Jeff Crawford, rounding out your podium with a third place finish. And we'll see if it changes again. Then street stocks for race number, mini stocks for race number one be the R7 of Michael Christian picking up the win. The 77 of Michael Bolin second, and third going to the 55 of Kevin Davidson. And that rounded out race feature one for the night, making up for 5-2's race. They got rained out. And I'm going to go back to us for a minute. Let's see if I can get the slideshow to work again here in a minute. But then they rolled out for feature events for Friday night. 604 race. It was up Henry Horns be picking up win number 2 for the season. The 99 of Patrick Soler finished second. And Kenny Compton in that 55 machine finishing third on the podium. Then we go into sport mods at Princeton. The 25 machine, windshield deep. Robert Poole picking up the win. The one of Aaron Barley finishing second. And Jake Barnacastle, the 2J machine, finishing the third, rounding out your podium for your sport mods. I really wish my pictures would work because I go through all the trouble putting all these pictures up here and they don't work. Then we go to Street Outlaws. It shows that the 6M of Freddie Mooney picking up the Street Outlaw feature number 2 of the night. The 25 of Jesse Reynes finishes second. Third going to Jeff Crawford in the 87 machine. I'm going to try to upload these odds again. Feature number 2 for the street stocks, the 3 machine of Tyler Meadows picking up the win. The 6M of Freddie Mooney finishing second, and rounding out your podium was the 47 of George Pierce. Mini stock feature number 2 was the 55 machine of Kevin Davison picking up the win. Michael Bolin finishing third and second in the 77 machine, and third going to Billy Klein in the 69 machine. That's Klein towing and recovery. And then they had the Enduro race, and it was the 17 of Joe Sampson picking up the Enduro win. There's old Caleb McLaughlin. Kip Thompson, voice of Victory Lane podcast, and the voice of the Carolina Clash, and the voice of Inside the Bull Ring at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. He is just the voice of everything. Kip Thompson. And I am
the voice of many voices.
The voice of many voices. I remember what I done last time.
What?
This happened. PowerPoint. And the camera's back. For at least a minute. I can't get this to go away. Well, it's pouring down rain here too, so the internet gets really lax here when that happens. Let's see, new slides. No, not slides. There we go. Where's my button at? All right. We're going to do a share screen. Entire window right there. All right, we're going to get into a Mid-East Madness at Carolina Speedway. Hosting the Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models of sheets, the Mid-East Modified Tour, and your True Light Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks, along with Crown Vics. And had a surprise in the Crown Vics. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Big surprise.
Definitely was a surprise.
Hornets and Thunder. Boy, what, the Thunder Bombs run? I can't remember what I run now.
Hornets,
Crown Vics, Thunder Bombers. Yep, Thunder Bombers. So we'll get into
Thunder Bomber.
Gotta have this. All right, we get into what's first.
We got the Mid-East.
Thunder Bombers is first.
Is it?
Yes. Oh. You're probably on here backwards.
I had this street stock right here.
Yeah, but I got the pictures. I thought I had these in order though. There's Thunder Bomber.
Switch with me.
Yeah, I'm going to. Just lay them out here and we'll figure it out as we go here. All right, we're going to start with Thunder Bomber. Main event was the first ones out.
Your Thunder Bomber feature winner was the 14 of Tyler Parker. Second went to the 316 of Isaac Thomas. Third was the 7 of Brian Mullis. Fourth went to the D15 of David Thrasher. Fifth was the 51 of Justin Beck. Sixth went to the 81 of Kyle Jarrell. Seventh was the 75 EC of James Carpenter. Eighth was the 21 of Hunter Deeg. And ninth was the 25 of Aiden Massey.
Then up next was your Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour. Heartbreak for Cambridge Gann and leading the heat race. Some things broke on the car and ended his night.
Some things, yeah.
I said some things.
Yeah.
Not just one particular thing.
You know, it was a lot.
Well, one thing broke and caused the rest of it to happen.
Yeah, it's just the problem is just can't figure out
what caused it. He said, "Can't see you. Can you not see the pictures on the screen?" I can't keep up with nothing. It didn't change. The Mid-East Modified Tour, it was the heck? He said he can't see me. Can't see you. I'm confused. What do you mean you can't see? You can't see you? Well, I don't know what's going on.
Made in North Carolina. Well, check out Gann's race cars and. Well, don't know what's going on.
Okay. Let's see if I come back here. I don't know what's happening. So my camera's not up. Maybe we'll come back here in a second. Can y'all hear me? Okay, now we're back up. I think I had we was trying to download that file. It messed everything up. Wish I wouldn't do that. Uh, no, internet here. It's pouring around. All right. But y'all get line, is that correct? It's not showing my pictures. That's what's going on. And I put my slideshow up, it won't show my slides. But there it shows up now. It's really weird. All right. We're going to do Mideast Modified Tour. Mideast Modified Tour, picking up the win. It's down to 69 machines. Jesse Rocket. Finishing second was Garrett Kilwin at 32 machine. Finishing third in that Mackie Cox 5W machine, it was Adam Favors. Fourth going to Bailey Lofton in the Y44JR. Fifth going to the 42X of Michael Sieg. Sixth was Chris Stowe and Tim Monroe in the 4M machine finished seventh. Eighth going to Ray Suman in the 18S. Ninth going to Kevin Lively in the 4 machine. And round out your top 10 was JP Blaylock in the 00 machine. And I have lost my thing. There it is.
Your Mid-East 602 late model feature winner was the number 23 of Becca Malone. Second went to the J12 of Jason Dickerson. Third was the 01 of Cole Dockery. Fourth went to the 95 of Alex Vance. Fifth went to the 2 of Wyatt Coffey. Sixth was the 5G of Robbie Gibson. Seventh went to the 9 of John Marshall Pursley. Eighth was the 32 of Brandon Green. And rounding out the 9-car field was the 15 of Dylan Stanley.
And I'm sorry if things ain't showing up right on y'all's end, but that was the Fresh Prince of Dirt. Then it's for the True Light Federal Credit Union Street Stocks. It's Mr. Excitement Jeff Parson picking up yet another Street Stock victory, this time in the 36 machine. Second going to Brian Carswell in the 17 machine. A third, show watch right there, Caleb McLaughlin in the 83 machine, rounding out the podium. Fourth going to Dalton Peavy in the 9 machine. Mike Maines in the 55 finishing fifth. Brandon Satterfield in the B4 finishing sixth. Seventh going to Cody Ursery in the 00 machine. Batman Billy Thompson in the 88 machine finishing eighth. Dale McKenzie the second finishing ninth in the 33 machine. And rounding out your top 10 was the 9M of Ronnie Mosley. We should let me change it the other way. That'd be Crown Vics there, Cambridge.
Yeah,
this is the surprise.
Yeah, this is definitely a surprise. But your Crown Vic feature winner was the number 3 of Justin Truitt. Second went to the 212 of Jamie Major. Third went to the 321 of Andy Moore. Fourth was the 1 of Daryl Jordan. Fifth, the 96A of Austin Pennell. Sixth went to the 32 of James Hilton. Seventh, Ross the Boss Bales in the number 87, running a Crown Vic at Carolina Speedway. How about that? Finishing eighth was the K9 of James Duckworth. Ninth was the 8 of James Baldwin. And round at your top 10 was the 35 of Chandler Barker. How about old Hales Bells?
Something broke on the right front, I believe. Took him out of the race, but he still finished 7th, even after he fell out. And then to round out tonight was the Hornets. It was Shannon Barnhill in the 417 machine picking up the victory, followed by the 3C of Scott Collinger in second. Third went to Anthony Dallas in the 33 machine. Fourth was Avery White in the 81A. And round out your top 5 was Brian Barfield in the 39 machine. And maybe I can get this to work better here in a minute. But that rounded out Mid-East Madness at Carolina Speedway. Some of these are going to be hard to read, Cambridge, because they didn't print very good. Because for some reason, my race pass for Cherokee does not show anything on it. No results, no nothing, which is really, really weird. But we're going to get into Cherokee Speedway, the place your mama warned you about. SEHA, the Southeastern Hornets Association, having a tour race there. Had a full field of Hornets there this week. Let me see if I can find. There we go. Solo on. Like I said, Gaffney, South Carolina. Cherokee Speedway for the SEHA race. But up first is going to be Renegade Sportsman.
Your Renegade Sportsman feature winner was the 11 of Cade Langley. Second went to the 4 of Hank Taylor. Third was the 45 of Wayne Curtis. Fourth went to the 17 of Kyle Cooper. Fifth was the 5D of Dawson McKinney. Sixth went to the 15 of Jody Horton. Seventh was the 28 of Blake Bentley. And that would round out your field, which was the 99 car of Kevin Patterson did not start the race.
Did not start. I don't know what happened to him.
I know how that feels.
Yes, you do. Then we get into the SEHA, Southeastern Hornet Association, $1,000 to win a main event. And this is the one I need my race pass for.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forgot. Can't go. There, my can't get back. I do not understand what's going on with this mess. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Technology is a wonderful thing until it doesn't work.
Don't worry. Next Monday is going to be even better.
What's that?
Cause it's just trust me, it's going to be better.
It's going to be better.
Because it can't be worse.
It could be.
Hopefully not.
Everything can be worse.
Well, you got to look on the brighter side of things, you know?
Yeah, you didn't tear anything up, sir.
Yeah, because it was tore up so bad I couldn't.
All right, Extreme Force, which is going to be your SEHA main event. We got results. It was Jacob Brighton, 95 machine, picking up the win. Trent Blackwell in the M34 machine finishing second. Scott Collinger in the 3C machine was third. Travis Langford in the Flintstone Flyer F1 machine fourth. Fifth going to Bradley Williams in the 88 machine. Dale in the Bandit car finishing sixth. Seventh going to Bentley Cottle in that 511 machine. Eighth going to Joe Kelly in the 88K. Ninth was Austin Haskins in the A53, and round out your top 10 was Brandon Bond in the 007. And that round out your SEHA $1,000 main event. Let me see if I can get. There.
Oh, this is not right.
Why?
Because that's Crown Vic.
That's not Crown Vic.
That's Crown Vic.
Oh, that is Thunderbomber.
A little out of place. It's
Hey.
all right. Your Thunder Bomber feature winner was the 97T of Mark Towell. Second went to the P8 of Chris Patterson. Third was the S1 of Bryson Sweat. Fourth was the S2 of Garrett Sweat. And round out your top 5 was the 88 of Josh Ledford.
Let's see if I can get this thing moved. There we go. Oh, that's the one that ain't supposed to be in there. Somehow I know that hung over from last week. The 112 machine of Kevin Cooper for your Pro 4s, picking up the win. Cody Barber in 29 was second. The 03 of Curtis Bishop finished in third. The 4 of Scott Jones is fourth. Fifth goes to the 28B of Bud Roop. Sixth going to James Harrelson in the 2 machine. Seventh, Eric Lafont in the 97 machine was seventh. Eighth going to 77 to Dylan Smith. JoJo Madison in the 50 machine was ninth. And round out your top 10 was Timothy Hughes in the 28 machine.
Oh, is it not right either?
Well, it's easy to read on that.
Okay. Your feature winner in the Seha Young Guns was the 88 of Alyssa Kelly. Second went to the 58 of Kason Bright. Third was the 95 of Dalton McGrew. Fourth went to the 21 of Brandon Green. Fifth was the 41 of Braden Sam. Sixth was the 9 of Spencer Wisnot. I hope I said that right. Seventh, the 17 of Chase Dalton. Eighth was the F5 of Jay Husky. Ninth was the 4X of Bryson Lankford. And rounding out your top 10 was the 06 of Connor Johnson.
And that was Young Guns. Oh, where you go? And then, of course, 602 late models. Picking up the win was a J12 machine of Jason Dickerson. Jason picking up the win. Oh, there it is. The Fresh Prince of Dirt, Beckham Malone, that 23 machine finishes second. Third, going to the 01 of Cole Dockery. John Marshall Pursley in the 9 machine finishing fourth. Fifth, going to the 75 of Joey Whitaker. Jordan Brand in the 77 machine was sixth. And rounding out the 7-car field, did not start, was Giovanni Bay 55 machine. Then last but not least, Crown Vics.
Your feature winner was the 97 of Casey Towell. Finishing second was the 4H of Ryan Howard. Third was the 7 of Lucas Tyndall. Fourth went to the 5 of Chris Baker. Fifth was the 52 of Jason Long. And rounding out your 6-car field was the 122 of Ashley Parker.
And that's going to round out your results for Cherokee Speedway, the place your mama warned you about for Mother's Day weekend. And I'm scared to even look. What's next? Nothing has went right. We're going to go to the big natural speed. Let's see if I can pull it back up here. There we go. 602 late models, and it was Waynesboro's own White Coffee in that 2 machine picking up the win. The 22 of Samuel Hamilton finishing third, going to the Cowboy of Michael Ayers in that 8 machine. Fourth, going to Bryce Smith in the 4 machine. Fifth, going to the Stephen Harrison in the 10H machine. John Jennings in 65, finishing 6th. Seventh, going to Devin Baher, the 21 machine. Not sure I got that right. Ryan LaRue in the 20 machine was 8th. 9th went to Darren Critchfield in the 36 machine. And rounding out your top 10 was the 5 machine of Blake Brown for your 602 late models at Natural Bridge Speedway.
Your 604 feature winner was the 7W of Justin Williams. Second went to the 15 Junior of Ronnie Martin Jr. Third was the B6 of Bryson Fulton. Fourth went to the 7A of Corey Almond. Fifth went to the 17 of Logan Roberson. Sixth was the 18 of Sean Walker. Seventh was the 7G of Isaiah Guchner. Eighth was the 12 of Ryan Adams. Ninth went to the 71T of Tyler Hoy, and rounding out the top 10 was the 12C of Travis Campbell.
Then up next was Street Stocks, and it was the 5 machine of Lee Herron picking up the inch. Herron in the 50 machine finished in second. Third, going to Keith Nelson in the 45 machine. Tafton Thompson in the 15 machine was fourth. Fifth, going to Ben Hamilton in the 22 machine. Sixth, the 34C of Michael Simmons in the 55 machine. The 282 of Chris Cordell finishing 8th. Howard Hall in the 23 machine finishing 9th. And rounding out your top 10 was Tony Breeden in the 101 machine for your Street Stocks at Natural Bridge Speedway.
Keeping the hot streak alive this weekend, driving the 00, Tyler Bear was the feature winner in the late model. I guess it's just late model. It's not really classified as anything else.
It's just late model. It's
model.
kind of like a steel block class. But I think you run 525 steel blocks, bandit stuff, like Outlaws, Blue Ridge Outlaw stuff.
Yeah. Finishing second was the 17 of Logan Roberson. Third was the 2W of Justin Williams. Fourth went to the 8 of Joe Level. Fifth was the 72 of Derek Rankin. Sixth went to the 87 of Walker Arthur. Seventh was the 08 of Michael Alderman. Eighth was the 45 of Colton Stanley. Ninth went to the 6 of Jesse Quick. And round out your top 10 was the 05 of Eric Groa.
And then the round out of the night, keep making stuff on the screen, was Stock Fours, which looks like U-cars. A U-car there. But they call them Stock Fours. It was Wesley Givens in the 8 machine picking up the win. Gary Smith in the 97 finishing second. Third, going to John Birch in the 12 machine. 51 of Corey Morales. Austin Gullimans in the 33G finishing fifth. Sixth, going to the 93 of Travis Smith. And rounding out your 7-car field was Dakota Botkin in the 55 machine. And that would round out all your action Natural Bridge Speedway for Friday night. And the internet's just here pixelating bad. I'm trying to see something here. Because when I tried to look at this earlier, it wouldn't let me see it. Okay, I can hear me. All right. Let me go back to this cluster I got over here. I have no pictures for Whitful winners, but I do have the results for the majority of the classes at Whitful this past weekend. They are still working on learning how to use my race pass with the scoring system. But a whole lot better this week. I did get some results pulled out of my race pass. But for Whitful,
Your 602 crate late model feature winner at Whitfield Speedway was the 11G of Travis Greer. Second went to the 50, somebody called it Popo Johnson. Third was the 11 of Trevor Kreger, making his debut in a double nickel race car. And rounding out the 4-car field was the 300 of Bill Tesh.
Then we're going to roll out for the with I'm modifies. When the dust settled at Whitfield, it was Rowdy J.R. Davis in that 7D machine picking up the win. Justin Blevins in the 50 machine finishing second. Third, going to the 5-0. Somebody called the Popo. Joey Johnson pulling double duty. Fourth, going to Brandon Bentley in that 29 machine. Dustin on 89 finishing fifth. Jason Powers in that 8P machine finishing sixth. Jacob Johnson in the 56 machine finishing seventh. And round out your 8-car field was the 30 machine of Cole Hedrick.
Your Eisenbach Super Street feature winner was the 94 of Randy Taylor. Second went to the 8 of Jerry Dillo. Third was the 88 of Michael Deskins. Fourth went to the 40 of Keith Griffiths. Fifth was the 21 of Jeff Doss. Seventh went to the 27 of Roy Martin. Eighth was the 60 of Jacob Thomas. And rounding out the 9-car field, he did not start, but the 34 of Jason Hess. I think I missed one. I feel like I missed one. I think I missed sixth for some reason. Callan Parks. I believe I did miss him.
You might have. Then we roll out for the Pro Minis, and it was a Derek Ferris in that 23 machine picking up the win. Tanner Cook in the 96 finishing second. Third, going to 45 of Justin Ferris. Kevin Atwell in the 95 machine was fourth. Fifth, going to Eli Richardson at 17R machine. Ryan Crabtree in the 73. Zach Fritz in the 33 machine was seventh. Eighth, going to Rick Ferris in the 8 machine in 8th place. Andrew Hudgens in the 8 machine was ninth, and rounding out your top 10 was a Billy Klein in that 69 machine.
Your U-Car feature winner was the 89 of Matthew Taylor. Second went to the 02 of Brandon Brooks. Third was the 41 of Matthew Worrell. Fourth went to the 24 of Josh Dunford. Fifth was the D2 of Danny Tate. Sixth went to the 349 of Hadron Taylor. Seventh was the 34 of Ricky Ward. Eighth went to the 28 of Hunter Buchanan. Ninth was the 6 of Hunter Klein. And around at your top 10 was the 49 of Gavin Arnold.
Then we're going to roll into the Klein Towing Crown Vics. And picking up the win was that T18 of Justin Tate. Finishing second was Marty Clark in the 10 machine. Atticus King in the 07 machine finishing third. Perry Brown in the 69 machine finishing fourth. Caroline King finishing fifth in the 12 machine. And ran out your 6-car field with the 23 machine of Logan Austin. And I didn't realize that Perry was racing Crown Vic. Looked like I fell, but I didn't. I was time with this chair. What else we got? We get in. We got results. We'll go through the top 5. And for Harris, starting with the front wheel drives at Harris. I think Harris had like 144 cars.
Holy crap.
The Harris packed. But front wheel drives, Adam Green in the 0 machine picking up the win. The 5 of Reggie Tween finishing second. Nate Worthy in the 26 was third. Rick Dunmeyer in the 313 finished in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 was Daryl Moffitt in the 2 machine for your front wheel drives at Harris Speedway.
Man, listen to this. 32 entries in Thunder Bombers.
So see, I think they had like 100 and something cars.
That's crazy.
I will get the total count here in a minute. Pixelating like crazy.
Your Thunder Bomber feature winner was the 28 of Bryson Juice. Second went to the 47 of Tyler Juicy, or maybe Juicy, Juice. I don't know. That's about three different ways you can pronounce that.
Geis.
Oh yeah, I was way off.
Geis.
That does not.
It's
the way
Geis.
you say that. Third was the 47H of Madison Hoots. Fourth went to the 71A of Donnie Atkins. Fifth was the 119 of Jason Edmonds. Sixth went to the 46 of Bailey. Seventh was the 19 of Stetson Todd. Eighth was the 02 of Lloyd, I believe either Dean Lloyd Burgess or Lloyd Dean Burgess. I'm not exactly sure. I think his middle name's in there.
Yeah.
But your ninth place finisher was the 05 of Cruz Madison, and rounding out your top 10 was the 10 of Taylor Johnson.
But there were 118 entries at Harris. Wow. Pure stocks. It was Taylor Johnson in the 45 machine picking up the win. Mickey Brock in the 1-star finishing second. Third going to TJ Penfield in the 71 machine. Billy Folks in the 11F machine was fourth. And rounding out your top 5 was Brandon Byers in the 4B machine for your pure stocks.
Your street stock feature winner was the 9 of Dalton Peavy. Second went to the 81 of Justin Barber. Third was the C8 of Josh Ayers. Fourth went to the 39 of Steve Green. Fifth was the 03 of Matt Whitener. Sixth was the 12 of Brian Bentley. Seventh was the 0 of Johnny Westmoreland. Eighth was the B4 of Brandon Satterfield. And let's see, ninth was the 3 of Rod Tucker. Okay. Rod must have gotten a wreck or something. And round out your top 10 was the 17 of Brian Carswell.
Then we're going to roll into the Renegade Sportsman. It was the 100 machine of Lane Penley picking up the win. Second going to Josh King in the 24 machine. Third going to the J1 of Josiah Lucas. Austin Kimsley in the 13 machine was fourth. Fifth going to Bradley Whitesides in the N2 machine. Sixth going to Josh Mathis in the 75 machine. Philip Bagwell in the 10B machine, finishing seventh. Eighth going to Daniel Massey in the 54 machine. Johnny Westmoreland in the 45 machine was ninth. And around at your top 10 was Madison Hoots in the 02 machine.
Your Crown Vic Young Guns, your feature winner was the 01 of Isaiah Watts. Second went to the 115 of Kai Lucas. Third was the 33 of Ronnie Pinson. Fourth went to the 19 of Colton Poland. Fifth was the 88 of Carter Bryant. Sixth went to the 1 of Kendall Menders. Seventh was the 66X of Savannah Menders. Eighth was the 16 of Eli Hightower. Ninth was the 92 Junior of Junior Moley. And rounding out the top 10 was the 7 JR of Amy Hurst.
And then last but not least, Crown Vics at Harris Speedway. It was the 10W of Justin Watts picking up the win. Charlie Menders in the 66 machine was second. Zachary Campfield in the 34 was third. Barry Bryant in the 2 machine was fourth. Bobby Gordon in the 56G was fifth. Sixth going to Carson Venable in the 213 machine. Ross Paris in the 88 machine finishing seventh. Eighth going to Josh Wilson in the 33 machine. Ninth was Jonathan Chapman in the 115. And round out your top 10 was a 66X of Jared Lusk. And that rounded out your field of racing at Harris Speedway for the Thunder Bomber.
Thunder Bomber Wars or something?
Thunder Bomber Wars.
River Wars, is that what it is?
Thunder Bomber Wars.
Oh, okay.
But I get on into the highlight of the weekend, everybody's anticipation of the reopening of the former Rolling Thunder. It is now the Ararat Bull Ring. And good crowd on hand.
It was.
Good car count.
It was.
Let me see if I can work my magic, get this stuff to show back up on the screen here. Well, like I said, it was Ararat Bull Ring in Ararat, Virginia, as the roar restored on the mountain. Wait, they had 5 divisions.
Five.
6.
Five
They
is
had
correct.
late models, modifieds, Crown Vics,
They
new
had-
cars, and stock 4s.
They called them, Pro 4s and
Pro
Stock
4s,
4.
yeah.
They called U-Car Stock 4 and called Pro 4.
Pro 4.
Pro
Okay.
4.
I think they called them stocks, is what they called them.
Stocks.
Yeah, that's what they called the front-wheel drive stocks.
U-Car sounds better.
Or Hornets, or. But we're going to start off with the stocks and pictures, of course, by Rebecca Perry, Rebecca Perry Photography.
And see, this right here says that your feature winner was the 94 of Dylan Knapp.
But
That
we
is
know
not
that-
so. It's not so.
Mhm.
Because it says here that the 12 car of Hermie Hicks was your feature winner. I do believe that the 94 was thrown out. He was DQ'd. I'm not exactly, do not know what for.
But we do know Hermie Hicks in the 12 machine
We do know that
is
the 12
in Victory
machine
Lane.
was your feature winner. So second was the 92 of Prentice Winston. Third was the 29 of Gerald Lutz. Fourth was the 3 of John Coe. Fifth was the 38 of Kevin Litton, I want to say. Sixth was the 419 of Trey Cooper. Seventh was the 26 of Jamie Chrisley. Eighth was the J3 of Jonathan Sullivan. Ninth went to the 5 of Josh Brown. And round out your top 10 was the 04 of Chase Layton.
I can't just mash that button like I used to.
I know, right?
And then we're going to roll into the Pro 4s at Ararat Bull Ring. And it was Danny Henning in the 23 machine picking up the win. Second going to the 70 machine of Luke Golden. Third was a 28 machine of Austin Green. Scotty Sprinkle in that 77 machine finishing fourth. The 76 of Harvey Gregory finished fifth. The 6th, the 44 machine of Jessica Mendenhall. 7th was a P23 of 10 Ingram. 8th going to Goofy. G9 of Greg Galden. 9th going to Red, Wayne Kendrick in that 9 machine. And round out your top 10 was Shane Tuttle in the 22 machine for your Pro 4 main event.
Your Crown Vic feature winner was the 50 of Justin Pruitt. Second went to the 39 of Rob Favre.
Favre. Yeah, Rob Favre.
Wrong twice. Third was the 14 of Jamie Lockhart. Fourth was the 5 of Brett Curry. Fifth was the 00 of Alan Ham. Sixth went to the 20 of Madeline Stamper. Seventh was the X of Dalton Hester. Eighth went to the 60N of Anthony Nix. And rounding out the 9-car field was the 88 of Brad Holt. And I'm going to tell you what, that was the quietest Crown Vics I've ever heard.
Yeah, the 68 was pretty loud, but the rest of them was really quiet.
They were quiet. Very, very quiet. I was very, very shocked.
It was different, that's for sure.
It was quiet. I mean, it just wasn't what I was used to. You know, I was at Carolina Friday night. You hear them boys, they had them things cranked up.
Then we rolled out for the TC Construction 602 Modifieds at Ararat Bull Ring. And it was the one and only Cole Wiener Wagner in the 04 machine picking up the win, especially after the bad luck he had at Princeton. He broke a J-bar mount first lap at Princeton. So he didn't get to he finished the race, but he cut a tire down and everything else. Finished second was Robert Windshield Deep Robert Poole. Windshield Deep Robert Poole. That 25 machine. Third goes to Trey Stamper in the 20 machine. Fourth was Mr. Excitement Jeff Parsons in that 44 machine. The double deuce, Randy Puff Daddy. Finishing fifth. TC Construction Zone 05. It's the Goose of Travis Covey finishing sixth. Kevin Lively in 4 machine finishing seventh. Eighth going to 13 of Levi Woodcock. And rounding out to 9-car field is the 27 machine of Brian Martin.
Then to finish off the night, your Air-Rat late model feature winner was the 20.
Them are the Buffalo Mountain Motorsports late models. That is Rob Favre, by the way.
The Buffalo Mountain Motorsports Air-Rat late models. Your feature winner was the 22 of Nathan Walker. Second went to the 1W of Dylan Watson. Third was the B28 of Brad Burkhart. Fourth went to the 87 of Gary Bumgardner. Fifth was the 1 of Jimmy Watson. Sixth went to the 10 of Carl Kieran. Seventh was the 25 of Joey Washburn Jr. Eighth was
call him Rod. That just messed me up.
Did it really?
Yeah. Joey Washburn, he wasn't in the car.
Yeah, well.
Rod.
They didn't have Junior on here either, but we all do call him Rod. But Rod Washburn, he finished seventh. Eighth was the 76 of Andrew Sewell. Ninth was the 46 of Andrew Langford. 10th was the 15 of Gary Mabe. 11th was the 39 of Rob Favre. And the famous, always at every racetrack, never ever a shadow of a doubt, finishing 12th, Data Missing.
Missing Data.
He's everywhere. But actually, you know what? I think I know exactly who that actually is. I think that's Ronnie. I'm pretty sure that's Ronnie.
And it may be.
Yeah, it might be Ronnie. Ronnie Covey, he debuting in a 602 late model.
602 late model.
But finishing 13th was the 5 of Dalton Blackburn, and 12th was the 51 of Travis Lawson.
Like I said, there was.
I believe they had
16.
16, something like that. That was a good field.
It's a good field for there.
It's a really good field.
Pretty full.
But Nathan Walker, he put it on him.
Thanks to Langley, Austin, and crew for opening the speedway back up. I know there's some people who got some concerns and questions and things they didn't like and things they liked, so I'm sure they'll voice their opinions to him and let him know. The only thing on a racing standpoint that I really didn't understand was the receiver channel change.
I didn't like that, and I didn't like qualifying.
Well, like I said, the receiver channel change, I mean, every racetrack I have ever been to in the dirt world is always 454.
Right.
I mean, it's default. That way everybody's got it. When you turn it on, it's on the channel. There ain't no reason to be off. Like I said, because there's a lot of guys who didn't know how to change it because they've never had to change them.
Right. Yeah, how many?
I don't know.
How many did I bring you?
I don't
Saturday?
know. It was
4 or 5
it was a plenty of them.
It was too many of them. I didn't know what
but like
to
I said,
do.
it was. But I will say the Nitro B does have the option to program channels in.
Right.
So
to save it.
That is nice versus the old style receiver. But yeah, I heard some people have some concerns about qualifying.
I don't like qualifying because everywhere else that you go, you get 2 laps qualifying, hands down. You get a green, a white, a checkered.
Right.
So I just didn't agree with.
But any racetrack, even at, like Halifax and places in county line, when you come out of turn 4, you cross the line. You don't take the green until you come back around.
Exactly.
You get 2 full.
You get a wound up lap.
You get a momentum lap. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the way it was at Air-Rat before. Because I know some of them guys was talking about they wasn't ready for they wouldn't hit gear and got to the flag stand.
No.
And like
when you come out on the racetrack, you're pretty much at the flag stand.
Yeah.
I mean, 2-3 callings maybe before it, but I mean,
like I said, first show, they're still learning. Like I said, and they're asphalt guys. They're not.
Oh no, this is stuff.
Yeah, it's a different people.
But all in all, it was a good show.
It was a good show. It was a good crowd.
On time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing I know that's big for Air-Rat. It has to be on time.
When it came feature time, the racetrack was ready.
The racetrack was good. The racetrack was fantastic.
For feature time, bottom to top was fast.
You can't not even a shadow of a doubt say anything about the racetrack. It was smooth from top to bottom. It raced completely different than it used to be honest with you.
That's what I said. The bottom was fast.
The bottom was fast, but the top was the modifieds moved the top up so much the late models raced all over it.
They still wouldn't run the boards like they usually do.
No, but it was.
But they were up there.
It was pretty good.
But like I said, Gary May was. There's Langley Austin's on here. Says we'd be fixing the qualifying issue and the race receiver fixing. Like I said, that was the race receiver because there were people panicking in the infield because they didn't know how to change the channel. I mean, that's just because they've never had to.
Right.
Like I said, I probably changed 7 or 8 for people, but
yeah, no, I was bringing you plenty of them.
I
didn't know what to do. That's all.
Like I said, that was a little different for them guys because they ain't never had to do that. But like I said, overall, great show.
Other than that, I mean, you're gonna have your minor kinks.
Oh yeah, like first race back.
Nothing's gonna be perfect. Nothing ever has been. So I mean, things happen. But all in all, great crowd, great racing. It was a fun. I mean, I didn't get to race, but I had a great time.
I had a good time. Like I said, got to see a lot of people I hadn't seen in a while.
Right.
Like Brad Burkhart, he hadn't raced in a while. He was there.
It was a good time. It was fun.
I did not have Carl Curran being there on my bingo card.
I did not either.
That blew my mind.
It did me too.
Oh.
It blew my mind when we rolled in and seen that he was trying to spark.
Yeah. It is not a place for big rigs, that's for sure. But like I said, Langley, overall, everything was great. Like I said, that was just one of them small things that I seen. There's Amanda Keaton.
That's Grayson's mom, right?
Is it?
Is his mom?
Oh, right? Now you got me wondering. I don't know.
We need some more. We need Reaper Nation.
But he said, yeah. I do not know why my feed keeps going out, guys.
It's like it's rain.
But it is pouring down rain here.
Yeah,
like
when the rain
you wouldn't believe.
Heavier,
Let's see, we're back up here. But overall,
we're gonna try and get the internet issue fixed. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know how. We're gonna try and get some better internet. So
yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, it's in the near future.
But like I said, I think Langley Austin, like I said, even in the drivers' meeting, he told everybody if there was things that you didn't like or you did like, let them know. And
there's always going to be that.
Well, but he said let them know, and they would work accordingly. So at least he's willing to work with the racers and take some criticism, and which is always good. Like I said, there's a whole lot of people out there. I've seen me and Gary Nestor, who owns that. We talked about that. He said there's a whole lot of people behind keyboards that can run racetracks, but won't none of them try.
Yes, very true. Very true. I know
because it is not for the faint at heart.
I know somebody that calls them keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors.
I believe it's the Kamikaze Kid.
Well,
I think that's who calls them.
Yeah. But like I said, overall, I had a good time. I thought racing was great. The racetrack was good. Had a good car count. Had a really good fan base.
The biggest thing is, and I know this is huge for so many other and different people, the fact that it's 45 minutes away from here.
Right.
For most people, it is an hour or less to get to Ararat. And
it's 2 hours everywhere else you go.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the hugest part about this area. We don't have very many racetracks that are close anymore, and I think that's one of the things that people really enjoy and get to. I mean, afterwards, how many different odd times, when we raced at 311, that was over with, that we talked for about an hour to an hour and a half, just waiting for Mike to cut the lights off.
Yeah, Mike used to cut the lights off just to leave.
Yeah. But it's one of the things that most racers and everybody enjoys, to get to sit around and talk afterwards. Right. But
you ain't got to worry about a 2-3 hour ride home.
Exactly.
So like I said, overall he had a very successful night, and like I said, my biggest thing was the race because there were people scrambling, and there was probably a whole lot of people who never heard race receiver because they didn't know how to change it. And that was my biggest problem with that. And that was a safety thing. It ain't got nothing to do with anything else.
Well,
I didn't have to qualify, so that didn't bother me.
Well, yeah. Well, eventually, I'm sure I will. So.
Yeah.
But it was a good night. It was a good night overall. I think he had a fantastic crowd.
Oh, yes.
He had a fantastic crowd for sure. Racetrack was great. You know, really the only thing I would say is like maybe a little bit more anticipation when it comes to wrecks. But other
you talking about like for safety crews and all?
So far as that, I feel like that needs to be a little bit quicker to action. But
like Kings to get worked out on stuff like that. Like I said, everybody was good. Nobody got hurt. Had a few wrecks. Had some races. Didn't it cost free? I mean, I was, for the bull ring. That's unusual.
I believe the mods had one or two cautions.
One or two cautions,
and it was really just trying to get the race started.
Yeah, that was one of the other things. In the dirt world, when the lights go out on the backstretch, that means it's go time.
Yeah,
and that's the reason they took off when they come off of 4. They were planning on giving them 1 to green, but yeah, in the dirt world, when the lights go out, we get ready to start the race.
I'll speak on a driver's standpoint. No one looks at the flagman. Hardly ever. I mean, honestly, they really don't. That's why you. That's why most of the time, and I'm accused of it a lot.
What is that? He said, when we learn to fire, the tow truck will be faster.
But like
I said,
when you learn, what was I saying? I can't even remember.
Well, the only time I really pay attention to the flagman is on the initial start.
That's about it.
Because a lot of times the flagman starts to race for that.
Yeah, I was like talking about qualifying. No, I've been picked on about many times of taking an extra lap after qualifying and getting my fast lap taken away. That's what I was getting at. It's and I don't know how they're talking on the race either, but like normally whenever you go to a different racetrack or whatever, they'll tell you, green, white, checkered.
Right.
But
you done been spoiled by Willard all these
years. Yeah. I know.
But yeah, like I said, that's what happened at modified.
Looky there, Rowdy
on the modified start of that race. Is they took off, Flavin didn't throw the green, and then all of a sudden he's waving the green when they're down the backstretch, and I think he was confused too. Oh yeah, like I said,
it's not a criticism. It's more of what we can do to be better.
Yeah,
I mean, like for sure, because we want more than just you and anybody else around here. We want the place to thrive more than anything, because we need racetracks to open back up around here without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, it does great for business. It does fantastic for people wanting to go race. More people want to race. Go have fun.
Like I said, the only reason I brought up the start turning off the lights thing is there was a lot of fans confused.
Oh yeah,
because he didn't throw the green flag, and then he threw it on the backstretch when they come back around, and then we run about a lap and a half, and then the caution come out because Robert Poole pulled to the top side, which apparently on race receiver they thought something was on fire because
his brakes are sparking.
Because his brakes are sparking because he's got $high brakes.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, when you're deep, he
don't use brakes.
Most of the time.
But like I said, and then they restarted the whole race and put him back up front. It confused a lot of people.
Right.
In the grandstand.
Me for sure, but full restart. I mean, is what it is.
Well, yeah. Like I said, after I didn't have race events, so I didn't know what was going on with that part.
All in all, though, it was
great
time.
And I was hoping some other people would chime in, but. Yeah, dirt is a different world.
For sure.
Because I have not been on the asphalt side of things, and I wouldn't even try.
Asphalt idiots.
Well, you will learn. The motto of this show is,
if you're not
at a dirt track, it's your own asphalt.
But I mean, there's so many more pros than cons.
Oh, yes.
That happened.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, racing was great. The car count was great.
Exactly. Everything was great about the whole show.
We utilized the scales. We had somebody at least looking over things and taking a few things.
Well, I will say, I do personally, something I like that racetracks do when you don't exactly have a traditional victory lane.
Mhm.
It's nice to, after the feature, to at least have your, and if you gotta cut the laps down for features, you know what I mean? Diets for racing asphalt is forgetting there.
Dirt's for racing.
Oh yeah, it said diets.
Yeah, he spelled it wrong.
Yeah, dirt's for racing. JR knows. But oh yeah, and congratulations, JR, on your win. But I can't think when I do stuff like that.
Like I said,
I'm terrible at.
and I'm sure Langley will have his Air at Bull Ring podcast this week.
Right.
He'll have a lot to talk about as well.
Oh yeah, I remember. But no, so like after the feature's over, whoever the winner is, after the feature's over, whoever the winner is, I think it would be nice to take the winner and let him come out on the front stretch of the racetrack, get out, and maybe have a little interview with him. I also know that
time permitting.
Time permitting. I understand that for sure. I would say that time permitting, cut laps, cut a couple laps.
No, we ain't cutting no laps.
Well,
no. I am totally against cutting laps of races. I hate when they cut laps.
To an extent. To an extent.
Which I know he's got a curfew there and that kind of thing.
But I mean, they got done at 10 o'clock.
Well, yeah,
they got done at 10 o'clock. That's great, for sure.
Well, yeah, I agree. Like I said, everything went great. Like I said, there's a few things that, like I said, he likes feedback. He told everybody in driver's meeting he wanted feedback.
He said he did it again, dirt.
Like I said, I'm just glad that they opened it up. I don't think I got to talk to Langley. I know his wife was there at the ticket booth when I come in, and she talked to me for a few minutes. But like I said,
yeah, you got when we got there. What happened, Nick?
Yes,
what'd she say?
The sweet young lady who put my armband on. She looks up at me. She says, "You're the other guy on the show with him." And I'm like, "Yep, I'm the other guy."
Oh, that was the highlight of my night.
Where's Wayne Cole Wagner? He said it was nice leaving early from the track for a change.
Yes.
It was. And it's always better when you win when you leave.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
it don't matter where you are. If you win, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's great.
It's great.
You know, it's not great. Leading and braking. That's not great.
Well, it's better than last and braking.
You know what? Honestly, I've had this discussion with people. I think it's worse.
Why?
Honestly, I think it's worse because you're leading and you brake. If you're running last and you've done changes and stuff and all that stuff and you just brake just as bad, it's like, wow, I got to fix this piece of crap again.
Yeah, but I'd rather go. If I would have broke, I'd have won.
I just didn't want to brake.
Man, you'd have dodged a bullet.
I'm not gonna get into that one.
I'm just saying.
What'd Rod say?
Since I'll usually just stay later if I win. Rod up. got Rod Washburn up in here. It's just like in 3 minutes. While everyone gets back to the trailers for the other class stages, I'm like, well, he's talking about the interviews.
Yeah.
Interviews are cool, and if
interviews are cool,
and if you can
it gives an interaction with fans too,
right? And if you can work it out to where you can do the interviews between and have the time, that's great. I'm all for it.
Right.
At least let the drivers thank their sponsors and that kind of thing. Yeah, but
we heard about your story.
Your truck broke down.
Oh my!
Hey, I've been there. I've rode with Cambridge before.
I got a 24-hour trip to Withville.
Yeah, I understand it. Exactly. Cole Wagner says I was lacking sleep after Friday's race. Cole, I'm with you because I think I got home from Carolina. By the time I got home from Carolina and took a shower and got to bed, it was like 5:30 in the morning.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What time we get home? 2, 3?
I was still scoring when y'all left.
Was you really?
Because Travis sent me a message. I was still in the tower. About picking his check up.
Wow.
And then we still had to we're supposed to print checks, and the printer wouldn't work, so we had to write check. Well, Brittany had to write checks, and we ain't gonna talk about that. Working on announcer CF Miller, getting those interviews in the future. Like I said, I think that'd be a good idea.
I think it'd be fantastic. I love the fact of driver audience interaction.
I remember a time when you wouldn't offer that.
I just think it's good. I think it's good for the crowd. I think it's great.
I think it's good for the drivers to be able to plug their sponsors.
I do too.
Get there.
I do too. I think that's one of the biggest and best things about it, because they got, there's a whole lot of people that got more people behind the scenes that never get mentioned, and they deserve it. I mean, really, because everybody does everybody always, if it's big or small, it's a great support in anybody's racing career
or hobby or whatever it may be. That's about what time I went to bed. It's 5. Yeah. So I'm with you on that one, Cole. That's the reason I like something being close to home. Because as far as I know, Mid-East doesn't have anything for the next 2 weeks. Next race for Mid-East is the 31st at Carolina for the 525 late models.
I don't think mods are back going again until June. Is that right?
I think so. I think it's a Princeton-Whitfield trip.
Princeton and Whitfield trip?
I think so. But, of course, stuff coming up this coming weekend. Of course, Princeton is running Friday night.
Whitfield's running Saturday night.
I don't know is this thing going to work tonight?
Nope.
Why it won't work, I don't know.
What the
heck? Got to move. Carolina Speedway Friday night going to host the Carolina Sprint Tour. So, be ready for the Carolina Sprint Tour. I don't know why it split screened me there, but Carolina Sprint Tour, Street Stocks, Renegade Sportsman, Thunder Bombers, Pro 4s, Hornets, and Crown Vics on the schedule for Carolina Speedway and the Carolina Sprint Tour. Natural Bridge, it will be the 17th. It will be the late model 604s, Street Stock, Pure Stock, Rookies, and double points for the 604s at Natural Bridge Speedway. And, of course, the Carolina Clash will invade County Line Raceway May 17th. Kip Thompson on the call for the Carolina Clash. Sumter Speedway will be the Blue Ridge Outlaws for the Billy Cagle Memorial event, May the 17th. $5,507 to win, $3,000 for second, on down to $300 to start. And that is the payout before the bonuses is $5,000 to win. And then, of course, Whitfield Raceway back in action this coming week. He said, I need the keys. And, of course, Carolina Sprint Tour got a doubleheader. Carolina Friday night, Harris Speedway on Saturday night.
I just want to make you walk.
Harris is also going to have Street Stocks, Thunder Bombers, Pure Stock, Front Wheel Drive, and Crown Vics. And I'm pretty sure that Joey Phillips will be in the booth scoring.
I was going to say.
And, of course, Cherokee Speedway, the place your mama warned you about. May 17th, we'll have 604 late models, Renegade Sportsman, Thunder Bomber, Pro 4, Extreme 4, and Crown Vics. And, of course, the Air Rat Bull Ring will be back in action on May the 24th. That's in 2 weeks. From this past Saturday night for Remember the Heroes Night. Of course, there are TC Construction 602 Modifieds and the Buffalo Mountain Motorsports late models on the card, as well as, I think, Pro 4s, U-Cars, and Crown Vics are still all on that one. But I'm sure he'll have a fly out before then. We'll go over it next week before the race actually happens. And if all else fails, 24th, I guess I'll be up there if nothing happens. Just to watch your race.
I don't even know if the 24th holds for me.
What it holds?
Yep. Don't know.
Racing.
Somewhere.
He said somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere, somehow.
And there's a fella I hadn't seen in a while. He was at the racetrack too. Old Chad McDaddy McNeil.
I'm trying to race like that.
He was at the racetrack. But like I said, overall, like I said, I enjoyed being back up there.
The 24th? Is that what it was?
Yes, 24th.
Well, looky there. The 24th.
Where you gonna be at?
Ararat.
Ararat Bullring.
If it don't tear it up like it did last time.
I guess that is Austin Langland's wife. Just sent me a thing. Yeah, race 22. Yep. But like I said, I thought everything went great. Like I said, there's just a few little in there that just need to be touched up and fixed. Like I said, nothing bad.
Nah. Everything I thought went pretty well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Had a blast seeing my race family. Like I said, Chad McDail, he was sitting in his perch there off of turn 4 by the fence.
It was fun getting to
And I got to see a lot of people I hadn't
hang
seen. Angela Spence was in the grandstands. I did see her. Remember Walter? He used to help with 311.
No.
Old man.
Oh yeah.
His daughter was there. I asked where Walter was at.
Yeah, I did remember.
But he was doing. They had some kind of feed the. Some kind of. They was feeding people at the church, and he was at the church doing that, so he didn't get to come.
I do remember them now.
So don't tear anything up on Friday anywhere next time, Cambridge. Yeah, well, he didn't tear it up on purpose. I'll give him that.
No.
Man was leading the heat race, and something broke. He didn't hit nothing. He didn't hit nobody. Nobody hit him. He can't blame nobody.
Nope. It sucks, but it happens.
Chad McNeil says, Langley, you got to go to heat races. Well, I want to say it. On a fan's standpoint, I absolutely love heat racing. On the business side of things and trying to get the show in, I like qualifying. I mean, qualifying wasn't any longer than if you'd heat race 2 heat races for 5 laps. Because I mean, you got 10, if you're getting cars running 10 laps apiece, that's 20 laps. If you run 5 car heat races for 5 laps, it's 10 laps. But you got to get them staged and ready and go, and it's going to be about the same amount of time. I don't think it. Big Al says it was too fast.
It does put a little excitement in it.
Like I said, on a fan standpoint, I am 100% with you. If I'm going to watch, I love heat races.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not a heat race guy after last Friday.
Why you're leading it?
Whatever.
You can't do nothing about parts failure.
Nah.
But if you got a parts failure, we got a whole array of parts we can fix you up right here at Gans Race Cars and Parts.
Yeah, we did that.
The whole back wall right there is the Weir's wall.
All-Star.
All-Star down his wall. You got lubes down the center here. Got gauges. Air
Seat
filters.
belts, plug wires, gears.
Yeah, seat belts. I know there was a few people there that had out-of-date seat belts. Gans has got seat belts in stock. There we go.
We got a whole lot of stuff in stock. Wheels. We got a whole lot of wheels in stock, too. As you can see back there. There are modifiers, but we can't get any kind of wheels.
Wheelwood brakes is back there. Of course, got all the stuff back here. You got Himes joints, 4 bars.
Oh, yeah. All different types of fittings.
Body panels.
Yes.
Keeping some body panel stuff.
Yes, we do. We do. Plastic body panels.
For the modified.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the plastic body panels. We also have the rocker panels that's for anything. All colors except for.
Yeah, that out of orange. Cambridge tears all in.
No.
I'm messing.
No, the orange we have. Blue is the only thing we don't have.
I figured you done tore up all the orange ones.
No. Not yet. I'm working on it, but not yet. Not too bad.
And like I said, if he doesn't have it in stock, he can usually have it in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Most time, order on Monday, you can have it Wednesday. Order on Wednesday, you can have it Friday. Or in between.
Depends on where it comes from, too.
Yeah, you got to order it Monday Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and it gets here. Because ever since COVID, shipping has been awful and terrible. It never gets here any faster than it's supposed to. Most of the time, we have to go track it down. So, but I mean, it is what it is. But 99.9% of the time that we order it on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, it gets here on Friday or before. So, and if we ain't got it, we can order it for you. But this is the most. The shop is fuller than it has ever been. I mean, there's so much stuff
there's
here.
a lot of stuff here. Like I said, anybody who's been here before, it used to be a drink machine and a snack machine on his back wall where the weird stuff is at now.
Yep, they quit making money, so we had to get Weird Wall.
He didn't quit making money. The guy, who fed the stuff in there no longer does it anymore.
Yeah.
He says you got a white right front flopper on the shelf.
Surely you didn't wreck somebody this weekend, Bryce. That's what it sounds like. Yes.
It looked like he had scared Matt Duggins off because he wasn't on that list.
I know, right? Well, what's Dale was driving? I think Dale lost power steering. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I actually think we do have a right front flopper.
Chad McNeil says Cambridge needs a haircut. His hair is getting in his eyes on Friday nights.
Man, come on. That's not getting my eyes.
You got one?
It's getting in my parts. Yeah, I do got one. I do have one. Look, you know me. Without.
Oh,
that's not what.
That's an unguided missile. Is what he just said. Oh, I gotta stand up. That chair is for the birds.
Yeah, so is this. So is this one. This one hurts.
This one's angled downhill.
Yeah, this one hurts.
Yeah, we got stuck up here in the front tonight. I mean, because he wanted. I guess he wanted the parts over here on the wall. I don't guess y'all can still hear me. I got backed away from the microphone, but
haven't heard that one in a while.
The flying bullet.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
I still got them logos.
Do you?
I don't.
A weapon.
I don't get rid of nothing.
Jeez. A weapon. Yeah.
I know a few of them.
Matt said some things about you. He said more than just you a weapon.
Like I said, I know a few of them. I've seen a few of them.
I'm not going to comment on any type of weaponry or anything to that knowledge of type of anything driver wise. So
put it on Cam's car.
Put what on my car?
I don't know what we put on Cam's car.
I'm going to put Matt in the
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to nobody, but not on purpose.
Yeah. Well,
hey, there she is. Brittany Walls, the boss of the Mid-East Racing Association.
Yeah.
Because Friday night she got the all clear. She is 100% healed up, ready to go. She can fight now, so y'all mess with her too bad.
I ain't saying nothing.
You ain't saying nothing.
I ain't saying. I was going to.
Well, if she watches the beginning of the show, she'll hear all she needs to hear.
I know. She hears that, I might as well just say something else. Now she's gonna go back and watch it.
I know, that's why I do it.
No, of course. It'll be okay.
I had Jason make sure she watched it the other week when I was talking about I hope everything goes well and you said when she getting a tattoo removed.
Oh man, that's funny.
I said y'all got to watch it.
I'll jump this thing just to wrinkle his door panel. Man, he must love him. He's
staying afloat. Hey, good clean living. And things break for you, Brittany.
Yeah. I mean,
we hadn't had to stand on the counter yet.
No, not yet, but it's getting there.
Look, says, yes, I am. Y'all be running about, running your mouths.
Oh boy, why wasn't you there at Saturday? You should have been there.
Why should she been there?
I don't know. She just should have been there. She could have told everybody what she thought.
Oh no, personal vehicles would have had her mad to start with in the pit area.
That's true.
I'm gonna run my mouth either way, so it don't make no difference.
Nah, I don't care either.
I ain't gonna say nothing on here I wouldn't say to you, Brittany. Well, I haven't already.
Beth.
Well, that means it wasn't Jason.
He was there.
He's there. Oh,
You're so nice, so nice. She's
Hey,
so subtle.
I got Kristen first thing at Carolina when I got there. I was good to go for the weekend.
I ain't gonna ask what it was.
I can't repeat that on there.
That's why I didn't. That's why I said I wasn't gonna ask.
I got Brittany.
I don't doubt that. I don't know if I'd say that. He was probably happy.
Like I said, Jason stood with me during hot laps, and then when qualifying went on, me and him went opposite directions, and then feature time came. We stood up there on outside of turn 4 on the chute. It was me and him and Daniel Durham and a few others there. I swear, but Daniel Durham, that kid's got to be 7 foot tall.
That's the tallest fella I've ever seen in my life.
And then he's standing, and he steps forward just enough. He blocks the whole racetrack. I'm like, I ain't got to back up. I can't. You can't see over him.
No, not even close. Man, that's a tall dude. I don't know how he gets in the race car, to be honest with you. He's tall.
He is tall.
Very, very tall.
He's a big boy. Well, I think, oh. Yeah, that is the funny thing about Brittany. She sits in time. She says, "I won't ever get to see my husband." Blah blah blah. A week of Charlotte, and then right before they go to for lunch for a week, and she had all she can stand up before.
That's why they do it.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
it's a love-hate relationship.
The only difference is there's one that's love, the other one's a hate. I'll let Brittany answer that one. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. Don't hurt me the next time you see me, please.
But like I said, that's all I've got for this week. Like I said, we got to talk about that. And I'm glad Lincoln was in here and voiced his opinion on the advice and
yes, Bryce.
stuff
yes.
that we gave.
Yes, I do. I've been trying to kick him out today. Y'all asked his to be on. So
I think we need to have Brittany Walls on.
yes. Brittany and Brian Apple. Oh boy.
We could take a month off. Because I have a good idea we would ban for at least 30 days first offense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think we'd make it 10 minutes.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
It's a good idea, isn't it?
It's a good idea till proven wrong. Oh my Lord.
Yes. No. I want to see Brittany race direct one time. I do want to see that.
No.
I just say it had to be for modifieds.
It better not be.
We can let her do Crown Vics or something.
Heck no.
Meehaws. You know what Meehaw is, don't you?
No.
That's what's going to happen when we buy out Seehaw. It's going to be Meehaw, Mid-East Hornet Association.
I bet she loves the idea of that.
She will be the race director for the Bang Bangers.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm going to stock up on right front floppers so Bryce can take out Matt every weekend.
How much is a right front flopper?
I don't know. It's over there.
Ain't got a price.
It ain't got a price on it. No, it ain't got a price on it.
That's
Chapman
how
says
much it
past
costs
his
to take out
bedtime.
Matty Duggins.
I believe Bryce will do it for free. I think he'll do it for free. I think Bryce will pay to keep his car together and keep doing it for free.
No, Lord.
Man, it's just I can't even say that.
It would be the modified, so I could tell cameras that the damn tire has been there the whole night, and he still hit the damn thing.
I ain't there. Hey, look, I ain't hit a tire in forever. You know why?
Where'd you hit the tire at
I
last?
don't know.
One place I remember was when you hit it at Charlotte.
That's the only place I think I've ever hit a tire at.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Free 99.
Yeah, I hit a tire at Charlotte once.
Was it? You hit it twice. First time you just glazed it.
Yeah.
Second time you hit it.
The first time was like.
First time it moved. The second time it didn't.
No, the first time it moved. The second time I didn't. Because it stopped. That was a good weekend to that feature.
Where are you going this weekend?
Me? Fayetteville, he hit everything but the
concession stand one night.
That was not my fault. You know that was not my fault.
I'm pretty sure you hit the concession stand too, Brittany.
I feel like I'm getting, but how is this getting turned on me? How's this getting turned on? You know just as good as I do that none of that was my fault. I've heard that one before.
You hit everything but the concession stand. That's almost Ronnie Covey level there.
Oh my God. There was
because that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard at Charlotte. When that announcer says Ronnie Covey has hit everything but the ambulance.
Oh my God!
You don't remember that?
No. When was that?
That's been quite a few years ago. That was the first time Ronnie ever went to Charlotte, and the announcer said it live on the air. He said he's hit everything but the ambulance.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. I'd love to know when this was. Because you know what, honestly, I probably ended up on the hook. That's probably what happened at the end of it all. I know at the beginning of the year it was everything I could do to just, one, keep the car together, and two, finish a race.
The only thing I remember is first night of Speedway, when you broke the A-frame, everything went all to pieces.
God, that was it. The season was going to start out great, and next thing you know, it was like slap in the face. It was shit from there on out.
You'll have that on them big jobs.
It was rough.
He said it was rough.
It was rough.
Well, I got messages coming in. No, what messages? It was something else.
I got a message too. It says it was from Willard.
Who?
Willard, the Cobra.
Oh, what? You got 5 minutes on chain.
That thing got tightened up.
Championship race, I believe.
Oh, you had to bring that up. I know exactly what you're talking about now, man. Man, that.
Jason had to tell her when it was.
That was a shitty night.
Jason had to tell her when it was.
I know. That was a shitty night. That one sucked. Royally sucked.
Because I will say, how he does.
That's all he had. That's all she had to say was championship. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly where.
Oh, look, there's Randy Poff, Daddy.
That sucked. That night was terrible. I qualified like crap.
But it blows my mind how Jason can remember everything that happened at every race.
I know, that is crazy.
It blows my mind.
I sucked in qualifying. I started like, I don't know, 17th or so, something like that. Boy, it was bad.
She said he did. My memory sucks.
I was like 17th that night qualifying. I think I made it. Honestly, I think I made it up to 6th, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket after that. I started hitting everything.
Not everything. You missed it, pace car.
Oh man,
just because it wasn't one.
Yeah.
What racetrack was that at?
Fayetteville.
No.
One of my best racetracks. Jimmy says this. I have multiple albums of all my greatest hits.
You gotta know because he's made a notes for all of them.
And about 80% of them's been at Fayetteville. Why am I getting just called out right now? I've had bad enough luck, okay?
Karma?
Karma for what?
I don't know.
Karma for what?
I ain't with you all the time. I don't know what you do on your spare time.
Work on that freaking car because it's tore up. I mean,
Fair enough.
Can't keep it together for some flipping reason. Something always be happening all the time.
He said, "Always be happening."
Always be happening all the time. All that money.
Huh?
All that money right
All
there.
that money. All them because apparently y'all were talking shit. Brittany know me by now. I will say what I think. I ain't gonna say nothing that you won't know about. What is this?
Bryce just sent me this. Look at this shit. It's a Target with a 99 on the front of his nose. Oh, that's great. Oh, that is wonderful.
Bryce been sticking messages. Fine mullet.
I'm sending this to Matt.
Oh, well, like I said, it has been fun. We've been on for almost 2 hours.
Have we really?
Hour and 41 minutes. Pretty impressive for even you.
I know, right? I've done left by now.
Yep.
I don't know when I was talking shit, Brittany. I'm sorry. I mean, other than the time I was talking about your tattoo and getting it removed, that's all I remember.
Which time?
Once. It was one time. I said it.
I made sure I said it.
Y'all been talking about it enough, so I had to step in.
Yeah, step in.
Yeah, I had to I wanted it on the fun. If it's my
like you do, Brittany.
44 for life. Big Al's right about that one.
Yeah, Big Al says Cameron's got to win the rest of the races just to pay for this past weekend.
All right.
Yeah. But like I said, racing at Princeton, Whitfield, Carolina, Cherokee, Natural Bridge, Harris. So go check out your local racetrack. If you don't have one, find one. Like I said, the air rat's back open, but it will not be back open until the 26th.
Wherever I'm at, racetrack wise on the weekend, that is my.
We are going this weekend.
Well,
we're supposed to be.
If we can get the car back together, we wanted to try and go to Princeton and Whitfield. We want to go to Princeton Friday night and Whitfield Saturday night, but we'll see. Oh, wow, that's so mean. That's crazy. That hurt my feelings.
You have feelings?
I do. Oh. She just hurt them. It's not the first time.
I'll probably talk to Tommy sometime this week. I may be at Whitfield this weekend.
She's so nice.
Just to hang out and help out a little bit if they need it. Okay.
You look like, yeah, okay.
But thanks everybody for hanging out with us with this terrible service we had tonight with pouring down rain. Hanging out with us, going through everything. Austin Langley, thank you for watching and commenting with us. And Kip Thompson, some of these guys that got their own podcasts and stuff. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, Kip Thompson's got Voice of Victor Lane, and then Langley Austin's got the Bull Ring podcast, or
I think so. I'm not exactly.
I think it's Bull Ring podcast. I think that's what it's called.
I'm not exactly sure. Man, it is hot as crap in here.
It's getting warm. Well, like I said, remember, guys, if you're not at a dirt track, it's your own asphalt. My finger ain't working. On the Backstretch is presented to you by these great sponsors. Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Go check out Philip and Cambridge Gann for all your race car parts and fabrication needs, located on K School Road in Mayodan, North Carolina. Go check out Gann's Race Cars and Parts. NRS Race Scoring for all your transponder and scoring needs, the official score of the Mid-East Racing Association. Go check them out on Facebook at NRS Race Scoring. Too Fast for You Embroidery. That is Tanja Gann, in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Need them hats done, shirts, sweatshirts, monograms. Go check out Tanja Gann at Too Fast for You Embroidery. She'll take care of all your embroidery needs. Located on K School Road in Gann's Race Cars and Parts. Vinyl adds horsepower at Randy's Custom Lettering, located in Wannet North Carolina. Go check out Randy and Chris for all your vinyl signage and decal needs. You can check them out on Facebook at Randy's Custom Lettering or give them a call at 336-591-9301. Special thanks to Travis Covey with TC Construction, the driver of the Goliath chassis, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 05 machine, along with the teammate and sponsor of the Gann's Race Cars and Parts, Airport Drive-In, TC Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, number 45, the Maverick Cambridge Gann. The dynamic duo make up the Maverick Goose team that will bring back the love and feeling in 2025. So go check them out at a racetrack near you running the 602, a modified division. The T-shirt guru of Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. If your race team, ball team, business is looking for apparel, go check out Travis Lawson at Stokes Apparel. You can find him on Facebook at Stokes Apparel or online at www.stokesapparel.com. Special thanks to Jason and Brittany Walls with the Mid-East Racing Association, your home for your True Light Federal Credit Union Mid-East Street Stocks. The Sheets Mid-East Modified Tour, your Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Mid-East 602 late models, and in its debut season, the Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust Mid-East 525 late models. For all your rules and schedules, go check out racemideast.com. Need trash hauled? Call Capital Waste. Their team is ready to help you determine the right product for your needs, offering roll-off dumpster rentals and also portable toilet rentals in 2 convenient locations, one at 1668 Park Drive in Mount Airy, North Carolina, the other at 730 Oak Ridge Farms Highway in Mooresville, North Carolina. Give them a call today at 336-568-8009 or check them out at capitalwastetrash.com.